Hi guys, so today we're at Koh Lanta Animal Welfare, and we've just had a tour of where all the animals live, but basically this is a dog and cat home in Koh Lanta. So there was it about 10 years ago it was started?
She said, no, I think it, well, so there was one woman who came on a holiday. She came
to Koh Lanta.
Saw so many stray cats and dogs, and we were told earlier that they used to like cull the dogs because there were so many. Because the dogs and cats were breeding so quickly and there were so many strays. And I think that you like filmed the clip of the cat that could just, one cat could produce 80 cats. Yeah. In the shortest amount of time. Yeah.
Start making their own babies at 4 months old. So in the space of just 1 year, 80 cats can be made from one adult cat. That's why it's so important to get them sterilised. It's insane, isn't it?
So they were reproducing really quickly, so it meant that a lot of them were malnourished. There was a lot of abuse, and they weren't anybody's pets. They were just living on the island. So she came and she realised she didn't want to see this kind of cruelty anymore. So she set up her charity, which is Koh Lanta Animal Welfare.
All of her stuff at home.
Yeah, and just came over here. I think she's Dutch.
Yeah, something like Dutch.
But she couldn't do it like all by herself, so she also created a company called Time for Life.
Which I think we should just go and
I think we should go and do one. Yeah. So they're cooking classes here in Koh Lanta and a restaurant.
And cocktail.
Cooking and cocktail classes here in Koh Lanta, but all the money goes towards animal welfare, Koh Lanta Animal Welfare, which is amazing. So we're sitting in a place called Kitty City right now, which has a kitty cafe and a kitty shop, and this was created just 2 years ago actually.
Yeah,
she said. It's very new. So it's basically guests can come and get the tour, and then you can come and sit in here with all the kitties, get a drink, get something from the shop, and all the money from the cafe and from the shop goes towards the charity, so it goes towards helping the animals. So that's a little bit of an overview. I am going to put in clips now from the tour we just did, and so you can come here as like a tourist and do a tour for free if you're interested in coming here, and then you can, so the other things you can do are adopt. The animals here are adopted all over the world. It's kind of rare for them to find homes in Koh Lanta. It's very unlikely maybe the cats, but less the dogs, are going to be adopted by like local people. So they are kind of sent out all over the world, aren't they? The prices for that are actually quite reasonable as well.
It was, I think she said it was like
around like £1,000 probably.
Basically,
to get a dog from here, and you're helping such like a wonderful cause.
When you think about the amount of like the journey that animal that you're adopting has been on.
Like once you hear some of the stories of the animals you can adopt, like you get why you would want to do that over buying a brand new puppy as well. Like it's puppies, it's like
and kittens
and kittens.
Like, 1 year old.
Look at the little guy just like they're literally running about everywhere.
And mostly about a few months old, one, just under 2, and they've already been through so much in their life. And the fact that here they're giving them somewhere to be happy and live healthily and be able to be adopted by anyone. The first thing she said about when you adopt someone, we just need them to love you, like we just need you to fall in love with them, and that's the first stage of the adoption.
And I feel like already we've kind of fallen in love, like
I want to sponsor something.
We went to meet a dog, was it called Tulip? Tulip's, who she's up for adoption. She had like heartworm, which is, it'll be further along in the video, we'll explain all about Tulip, but you'll see the clip of Tulip. She was gorgeous. We like got in with her and she was lovely, and so you can also come and be a volunteer here. So volunteers stay normally for about a month. They're fed, they sleep here, and then they help out with the animals.
And there's loads of different jobs you could do. So you could work in the intensive care section, you can take dogs for walks, you can
training, feeding, like I assume if you're a volunteer you do a bit of everything.
I think so.
But so that's a little bit of an overview. Lovely Ashley.
Talk about it again.
So Ashley gave us the most amazing tour. Amazing. And now we're going to get ourselves a coffee and maybe a treat. Yes. Because
why not?
We want to donate money. And we'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Hi guys. So I've just woken up from a little bit of a nap, and I thought I would edit this video, but I've realised a lot of the footage I took while we were actually in the Animal Welfare Centre didn't really make any sense without a bit of like over kind of voiceover context, so I thought I'd stick some of that in. God, my face is so, I really hope that my face doesn't come across this red when I upload this, because it's not actually red in real life, it's just the lighting, I think. Also, there's just been the like biggest storm here, so it was like thundering, lightning and chucking it down with rain, so that's why we took a nap. We're in our new hotel now, still in Koh Lanta. We're just here for one night, but oh my god, it's so lush. I'm gonna leave a link down below. It's called the Mantra Navi, and it's unreal. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's we're just here for one night, so a nice treat. So we're making the most of the aircon that we got to ourselves and the room. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit about what we saw and then voiceover, so it could be like a voiceover for some of these clips, or it can be like sectioned in between some of these clips. So basically, Ashley started by telling us about the adoption process, so how the cats and dogs get adopted, who was there that was for adoption, so showing us a board of all the names of the cats and dogs who were up for adoption at the centre at the time. She then took us around Kitty City, which is the place we were sitting in to film the previous clip, where there's just cats running around everywhere, and this is healthy cats come when they're ready to be adopted, so the cats just come here and hang out and wait for someone to fall in love with them. Basically, I fell in love with a cat called Susie, but I don't have a lifestyle for adopting a cat. So yeah, so that's where the cats wait, and then there's these two cages on the side of Kitty City which had some kittens in and some other cats, and this is kind of like the integration centre, so the cats are waiting to come into Kitty City, but they need to go in there first, so they kind of integrate to being around the other cats.
Dogs being integrated into their family while they're here. Yeah. So the cats obviously come into Kitty City. If the cat doesn't like it in Kitty City, it can be a free roaming cat, that's fine. Oh, there's one down there. That's Wanda. Oh. And Stevie might be in his little house. Oh no, he's at the top. Oh yeah. So Stevie's completely blind. Wanda's blind in one eye. Yeah. They were found on PP and had severe cat flu. So they had to be brought back because they would never have survived. And then Mizo was dumped at the centre. Her brother and sister were actually adopted locally a few days ago. So we've moved her in with Stevie and Wanda so she can keep, so she's got...
Because obviously introducing animals to each other can be dangerous at times, because they might or might like it, they might not like it. So these little cages are where the cats are housed before they get put into Kitty City. We were then showed a bunch of padlocks.
Basically what people do is they give a 500 baht donation, they decorate a padlock, they write the name of the special animal on, and that 500 baht goes towards the sterilisation.
Oh wow!
So it's an easy way that people, they also get like a little memory, they can take a picture, put it on Instagram. Yeah. It's a nice way to kind of get people thinking about the importance of sterilisation.
Then taken to meet a dog called Womble, who has had a really sad story. He was found with a really bad skin disease all over him, but he's having an amazing recovery. We actually walk Womble later on, so look forward to that. He's such a gorgeous dog, and he's still up for adoption, so he's going to make somebody a wonderful pet. You can just tell he was a gorgeous dog. We were then shown the volunteer centre, or like the door where the volunteers live.
It's so rewarding. It's hard working. Yeah.
Volunteers can live for up to like, well, quite a substantial amount of time, maybe do a week, maybe do a few months. Talking to the girl who took us on her walk, and she did say it was really hard work, but she's found it unbelievably rewarding. And she's like, you can tell the animals are thankful. She's like, without even, obviously they can't speak, but she's like, you can tell sometimes that they're saying thank you, which was really sweet. We were then taken to the surgery, which was funded by 3 people. Ashley will explain that in my kind of side clip.
It was finished in January. it wasn't something we could have afforded ourselves. So 3 charities actually paid for the whole thing.
Yeah.
One was an animal welfare trust, one was Lush.
Lush.
Heard of Lush? Great company.
Yeah.
And finally, 1/3 of our clinic was paid for by an independent family. They paid for 1/3 of the entire thing. If we didn't have their support, we really would not have this space.
No.
We rely on people supporting us and helping us to continue this work.
Yeah.
Because the government doesn't fund anything.
No.
So we get dogs and cats with really bad skin problems that are suffering on the streets. Severe injuries as well, they need life-saving treatment.
And then we were also shown the X-ray machine that was funded by the...
And we're very lucky to have it. We actually spent 6 years fundraising, collecting donations, trying to get an X-ray machine because we desperately needed one. Yeah.
Dogs Trust, so it was funded by Dogs Trust, and they'd been saving up for an X-ray machine because the closest X-ray machine would have been in Krabi, I think. Or would it have been in, no, it was the closest X-ray machine before they had this one, was in Phuket, which is about 5 hours to get to. So with an animal that's got a broken leg or like any kind of broken bone injury, they would then have to go all the way to Phuket, so a lot of them wouldn't make it, which was sad. So Dogs Trust got them a X-ray machine, which is amazing because now they can treat so many more animals. They're also treating not just cats and dogs, so there is a population of slow lorises on Koh Lanta, and slow lorises are obviously an endangered species, and they there is a population of them on Koh Lanta, and they did have one of those and recently who had fallen out of a tree. And they also had a picture, I think it was a baby owl or something, that they were treating that as well. So next we were taken to where all their food is prepared. So Ashley showed us round and explained that someone's got to be there 24 hours because the centre is open for animals to be dropped off 24 hours, 7 days a week. So there's always a volunteer that's on call all night, so somebody sleeps in that kitchen. And also because Koh Lanta is a Muslim island, they have the call to prayer early in the morning, and sometimes the dogs howl along to it. So that 24-hour person also settles the dogs down, so not to wake any of the other volunteers.
Diets, we cook chicken every day, nothing gets wasted. Yeah. We save any leftovers for stray dogs or catching stray animals as well. Yeah, so we need to make sure that they're getting the right diet. Now we've also got walking boards so we can make sure our dogs are getting the right amount of exercise. We train all of the dogs, so it's called clicker training. It's an international form of training. Oh yeah. It doesn't matter what language you speak.
We were then taken round the kennels, which was amazing. You can Ashley gave us like a little bit of an overview of some of the dogs' stories. Some of these dogs in these kennels had been adopted, some hadn't. So if you see any that I show a picture of them, and like it's like a picture of their face and a name and their age, I think, those guys haven't yet been adopted. So any of the dogs with a picture haven't yet been adopted. If there's no picture, they're just living in there, they have been adopted, they're just waiting for a flight volunteer to take them to their forever home. Which is really sweet. So there was a whole kennel of dogs you'll see later that had been adopted, bunch of puppies, and there was one puppy called Elma who is the same litter, and she hadn't gone yet. We do meet her later as well, and we do take her for a walk. She's a little angel. I can't believe she hasn't gone yet. I also asked Ashley kind of what breed most of these dogs were, and they are all kind of a mashup. So they're called Thai cross is what they call them all, but they are like a mashup of a variety of Thai breeds. They also, and I think you can see it in a lot of them, think a lot of them might have German Shepherd in as well, which is really interesting. So they are all a mashup of Thai breeds.
Yeah. Named after a Welsh vet that was here. She's super sweet, loving, energetic girl. Yeah. Pixel's been here for quite a long time.
Is it normal? So you
notice there's no pictures up here? So those are just the non-adopted dogs. So everybody in here's found a home, which is great. Even the foster mummy Yimran.
Oh. So there's all the puppies in there, and then oh my god, they're so cute.
Hey, you're talking to each other.
Oh, Freya's over there. She was actually attacked by dogs and had a really bad infected wound. It was maggot infested, but she's made a full recovery. She's had lots of friends come and go. She's very intelligent, We actually had 7 Potter puppies brought in. We named them after Harry Potter.
Oh.
And they were really scared when they first arrived. Founder's dog. So this is Junie's dog. He's a very special wolf. And you're the leader. You're the boss of Lanta Animal Welfare, aren't you? And then this is Tulip. So they're friends. Tulip.
Hey, gorgeous.
Yeah, and she was very thin. Really, really thin. Very sick. We discovered she had heartworm. This is literally worms in the heart. And it's very dangerous because it can cause holes in their internal organs. It's caused from mosquito bites. So the mosquito... Wayne isn't. He's Julie's dog, aren't you, May? You're Julie's dog. Yeah. Oh, she's so cute. Hi, she's such a lovely girl, aren't you?
Gorgeous.
She's such a lovely girl. Hey? You were so sick when you first came in. She literally wouldn't move. Would you? You had something in your ears?
Where was she found?
I can't remember where she was found actually. I can find out exactly where she was found for you. I can look it up in our system. But yeah, I mean she's such a lovely dog and she's so beautiful that we think maybe at some point she might have even had a hide away, they shy away from people, and now they're kind of show-offs to be honest. Chai might be sleeping. Chai. He usually comes out and says hello. Chai. Where are you? Chai.
So these were the Potter
I'm
puppies.
and I don't want to show off. Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
So Chai is an orphan. His mum was shot in the chest, and she had such severe bullet wounds that she didn't survive. So him and his brothers were orphaned when they were tiny babies. Both of his brothers have been adopted, one to the UK, one to Germany. So we'd love for him to be adopted now. He's a family-friendly dog as well. He's really loving, really sweet, just a excitable big puppy basically. He's lovely, really lovely. And he's done such a good job with these guys.
Yeah, that is.
Are you going that way? Hey pretty girl. Hey pretty girl. So that's Tomato.
We were then taken to a really sad area. A bit of a warning here, if you don't kind of like graphic images or graphic stories, then don't like skip through this bit, because there's some like graphic stories of like how the dogs are brought in and they've been brought into quarantine.
We'll start their journey here. We have dogs on the left and cats on the right. So isolation and quarantine. Isolation is where the cats go when they're contagious. So like skin diseases, cat flu, mange, scabies, ringworm, things like that. You have to go in isolation to avoid it spreading to healthy animals. Only one person goes in there on every shift, and then they clean off afterwards. They don't go to healthy cats after. Once they're no longer contagious, then they move to quarantine next door, which is where the kind of mesh wire is, and we'll go and have a look at that in a second.
Oh, okay.
That's where they wait for their vaccinations. So once they are fully vaccinated, then they can go to Kitty City and hopefully get adopted. So that's kind of the process for cats. Protect yourself when you go in. There might be a certain order depending on the treatment. So a TBT dog or a mange dog or a ringworm dog, different stages of cleaning them. So advanced and advanced. So this is when we can treat them. So this is, you know, when the dogs first arrive. It usually starts as a tumour on their genitals. It then spreads all over their body. When the spreading becomes too advanced like this, then there's nothing we can do. So we can cure it, we can make them happy, healthy dogs again, as long as we catch it in time. So these 3 dogs, we have caught it in time. So she'll be re-released after her treatment. I mean, you don't even really see her, to be honest. She's right at the very back there. She's in our high security kennel. We've got Minnie at the back as well. Minnie does have a small tumour on the side of her body, so it has started to spread, so she'll need slightly longer treatment. But it is under control. We've caught it in time, so again, that was a close one with her. If it had been any longer, then probably wouldn't have survived.
She's just sleeping.
The dogs can go, so we make sure that even on walks there's no cross-contamination. So this is a program that people can help with all year round. So they pay a monthly donation towards the care of these animals, because it's the most vital yet most expensive part of the centre. So it's a really great way that people can help us, and then they get updates about the animals they've helped save as well. Because like I said, in low season, we're not getting any visitors, which means no donations, which means we don't have enough money to save these animals. But they're still animals that need saving. So it's a good way people can help. And if people actually sign up here today, they get a gift from us to say thank you. But they can. It's also on the website. It's easy to do it online. So it's one of the best ways to help. So this is what she looks like now. So she's already made a dramatic improvement. Hope.
Some of the doggies are, not all the doggies are kept and sent off to Europe. A lot are released back to either their Thai family or back to just being island dogs, because some dogs are happy being that way. It's just good that they get taken care of and get the veterinary treatment they need if they need it. So we then just went back to Kitty City and had a coffee, and it was delicious. All vegan in Kitty City. And then we waited around on the beach and took the dogs for a walk, so you can see that after. Yeah, so I just like... Like, leave you with us taking the dogs for a walk, guys. It was so lovely to take them for a walk. We took them for about like probably wasn't a very long walk, but we took them up into the forest and it was really lovely. They were super excited to be going, really inquisitive, and it was lovely. So we've just been lying on the beach for a couple of hours, hence the sweaty pink sandy faces. And now we're back because we're going to take a few of the dogs on a walk. Excited?
So excited.
We are going to go with two of the dogs we met earlier. One is the owner's dog, and then another one, and then a couple of puppies. So that's Wayne, who is the owner of Koh Lanta Animal Welfare's doggy. So we're taking him for a walk with Womble, who we met earlier, who had the skin disease when he got here and is now getting really well. And then also one of the puppies, or two puppies I think as well, are coming with us, and the dog Tulip that we met earlier, the cute white one that was totally adorable. Yeah. And we're meeting them all.
That is Kathy, that is Elma.
Come on Wayne, let's go.
There is Wayne. This is Emily from our volunteers who will be leading the way. So out of these guys, Womble is looking for adoption, and so is Elma. And then Tulip and Wayne are both looking for sponsorship because they've got quite high bills. Tulip has really bad heartworm, so she's got quite a weak heart, so she's on a lot of expensive medication. And she does need to go to a nearby university for a scan on her heart, just so they can see what the damage is.
They should be very well behaved, they normally are.
And if me and Womble lead the way, because he gets very excited, we'll just wait for the other one. Okay.
Wayne is obviously not up for adoption, and then Tulip is also not up for adoption just because of her health condition.
And I think, yeah,
she's up for sponsorship.
So I think it's $27 a month.
Yeah.
But I mean, even when we were like looking at the prices and stuff, you could spend $500 and that's one lot of sterilisation.
Then the puppies and Womble. Puppies and Womble are up for actual adoption, so you can adopt those guys and take home. Just taking the dogs back now, took them up for a little walk. It's the forest. Oh, gotta go over. You've got to go over that way. Now they're all going home, I guess, for dinner.
I hope you get adopted soon.
Yeah, you deserve it more than anybody else.
You're so gorgeous.
Bye, baby. Bye bye. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I really enjoyed our time at the sanctuary, and I would totally recommend visiting if you're on Koh Lanta, because it's just a really lovely thing to do. If you do want to take the doggies for a walk, then do get there nice and early, because of the sign-ups for taking them out go pretty quickly. We were lucky enough that they kind of organised it for us, so we could get some footage for you guys, which was so amazing. Thank you, Animal Welfare, for having us. We had the best time, and it was like amazing to hear about what you guys do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you on my next one.